Wes Huff is one of those figures who remind us that in an age dominated by noise, clarity still matters. He's a Canadian Christian apologist, speaker, and writer known for his ability to communicate deep theological truths in a way that feels both accessible and intellectually honest. With graduate training in theology and biblical studies, he brings a grounding in history and linguistics to conversations that often get hijacked by speculation or misinformation. What makes Wes stand out isn't just his credentials, it's his calm, patient demeanor, the kind that makes you actually want to lean in and listen. In a world where conversations about faith, culture, and truth often dissolve into shouting matches, he manages to hold his ground without arrogance, bridging that rare space where conviction meets humility. He doesn't just argue points, he invites people into a deeper understanding of why truth matters and how the Christian worldview makes sense of the human condition in the 21st century. Part of what makes Wes compelling is his focus on the relationship between faith and reason. He pushes back against the caricature that Christianity is anti intellectual, showing instead that Christianity has always been rooted in questions, in study, and the pursuit of wisdom. His background allows him to explain complex biblical passages, historical contexts, and linguistic nuances in ways that feel alive rather than academic. You don't need to be a theologian to follow him, you just need to be curious. In doing this, he embodies a truth we often forget, that knowledge isn't just for scholars, it is for everyone who wants to live with clarity and integrity. In an online culture that often rewards hot takes and viral sound bites, Wes models what it looks like to slow down, to study, and respect your audience enough to give them substance instead of fluff. This commitment to depth over spectacle is one of the reasons so many have gravitated toward his work, whether it's through a podcast, some of his lectures, or even debates. Of course, debates have become one of the ways people encounter Wes's voice, and one in particular gained attention, his discussion with Billy Carson. Billy, known for promoting alternative historical narratives, met his match in Wes, who calmly dismantled arguments with well researched evidence and historical grounding. Their interaction was not hostile, but firm, what some viewers have called a knowledge spanking. Not because Wes was trying to humiliate his opponent, but because facts really do carry weight when delivered with confidence. What stood out was Wes's ability to disagree without demeaning him, to correct without mocking, and to demonstrate that ideas should be tested, not blindly accepted. For those who watched, the debate was less about a clash of personalities and more about an illustration of how powerful it can be when someone does their homework and shows up prepared. It's worth checking out, not like as a spectacle, but as a case study in how truth still cuts through the fog when given a fair chance. Beyond debates, though, Wes's larger project is about equipping everyday people to think critically about their faith. He doesn't just want to win arguments, he wants to strengthen people's foundations. That means helping Christians understand why the Bible can be trusted historically, why the resurrection matters, and why morality isn't just a social construct, but something grounded in objective truth. In this sense, his work has implications far beyond religion. In a world drowning in misinformation, Huff's emphasis on careful study, on evidence, and intellectual honesty becomes a template for how to navigate everything from politics to science to culture. It's not about winning the internet for a day, it's about cultivating resilience over a lifetime. The way he threads scholarship with pastoral concern makes him stand out as more than an apologist. He's a teacher who wants his students formal or informal, to leave conversations better equipped to face life's hardest questions. Relatability is another part of Wes's appeal. It doesn't just come across as an ivory tower academic, even though he could easily play that role. Instead, he speaks like someone who understands what it means to scroll through endless feeds, to get caught in echo chambers, and wonder what's even real anymore. He reminds listeners that faith doesn't live in a vacuum. It touches your work, your family, your culture, and even debates that we stumble upon online. His ability to translate scholarship into street level conversation makes him someone who belongs in today's noisy digital square. And that is important because in a time when cynicism is high and trust is probably at its lowest, people need voices. They carry both conviction and warmth. West delivers both. He's not trying to be trendy, yet he ends up being relevant precisely because he offers something deeper than the trend cycle. A, a stable commitment to truth that doesn't shift with the headlines. So, who is Wes Huff? He is a husband, a father, a thinker who shows us that knowledge, when coupled with humility, can change lives. He's part of a broader movement of people trying to reclaim serious conversations about faith and reason in a world that often treats both as outdated. He is a reminder that the pursuit of truth still matters, that ideas are not toys, but tools for living well. Whether you first encounter him through a podcast, a lecture, or that debate with Billy Carson, the first impression is the same. Here is someone who takes truth seriously, enough to study it, defend it, and share it. And that makes him a rare kind of leader in our times. May Wes Huff and his family continue to find strength, courage, and joy as they shine light into a dark world that desperately needs it.